Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. For those that were asking, I actually had a pretty solid weekend. Spent a tremendous amount of time with the family, and so that is definitely time well spent. And I am here with you guys now. I'm pumped to be here on the live show. Excited to have you guys here with me. I'm not sure what kind of turnout we're going to have tonight. Right? Because to be honest, I've been binge watching Deadwood for like the last 3 days. So I am a huge fan of Deadwood on HBO. And I did not realize that Game of Thrones was actually coming back. I guess it's the last season and it starts tonight. So I'm not quite sure what kind of turnout we're going to have for this thing, but we are here. We're going to have some fun and we're going to give away a slab and some other really cool stuff and then talk about some really cool stuff. So I'm glad you guys were actually able to make it for the Ready, Set, Go or the Regie, Set, Go preview show sponsored by GoCollect. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I want to say hello to a couple of the comic book soldiers that are here in the room right now. And I'm going to start at the top and kind of run down through the list. And then once I do that, we are going to get into our agenda and we're going to start talking about the meat of this thing. So huge shout out to Closet Geek, aka Vika, and Harvey Abel, both of which stopped in to say hello and then took off. I want to give a huge shout out to the two people that gave me a thumbs down on the video before the video even started. I absolutely appreciate you guys showing me that love. Huge shout out to Randy Rattlesnake. Lon is in the house. Jeff Comic 813. Mr. Comics is here. Rush Die Hard. Chaos King is Chaos Lord is here. Chris Bigger, Russ C. Who else is here? Chris Barrett is in the house. How you doing, brothers? Good to see you. 90MF Comics is here. Comics, Slabs, and Statues in the house. White Whale. Tina's in the house. H-Town Comics. Who else is in here? Wayne McDonald. Marvel Joe. Comic Book Collection is here. Wolf Mode 88. Who else? Who else? Bake the Snake. Daniel Carr. Collecto 6. Robert Johnson. Cody Jones. Fishin' Freak. And Emerald Knight, just to name a few. I definitely, again, appreciate you guys taking time out to actually join me. I'm guessing that you guys actually have Game of Thrones on one screen and me on another. But again, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out. So if you're watching this either live or on replay and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. Now, with that said, we are going to talk about some rumors, some serious rumors that began circulating on the internet machine last night. And I have a feeling a couple of people heard about this. Based upon me checking my Instagram feed, I think at least a couple of people out there heard about this because I started seeing people posting up some books last night that caught my attention. So there is a rumor right now that She-Hulk and Hulk are getting a TV show. That She-Hulk and Hulk will have a new show, a new TV show on the Disney streaming network. And the idea behind this thing is that, what is his name? Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is actually going to basically be the star of this TV show. And he's basically going to transition it to his cousin, aka She-Hulk. And I think that's Jennifer. What is her name? Jennifer. Where are my notes? I can't even think of her last name. Jennifer Walker or something like that. So whatever her name is, that is She-Hulk, his cousin. And so the idea is that the mantle, the same way that the Hawkeye mantle we think is going to be passed on to Kate Bishop, there is the thinking, Walters, the thinking is that the Hulk mantle will be passed on to She-Hulk and that she will have an ongoing series on the streaming network. Now, I think what's important about this is that these are, according to everything I've seen, unsubstantiated rumors that have only appeared on a couple of websites. We got this covered. Cosmic Book News, and then Reddit. Those are the three sources that have essentially said that this TV show is going down. And I think that the primary reference is We Got This Covered has basically said that they've spoken to someone at Marvel who confirmed that this TV show is a go. And I think the article even said that that Mark Ruffalo is almost done, I guess, filming his parts of it, because I'm guessing it's going to be a quick, like, handover to the cousin. Uh, Completely unsubstantiated rumors, right? So I don't know if anybody goes out and buys these books, the first appearance of her, or not, or do you wait for the official confirmation? I really don't know. But according to these sites, Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk in the MCU movies, will actually star in the new TV show, and then will transition to his female cousin, She-Hulk, aka Jennifer Walters. And so let me check up with this the chat here to see if anybody has heard any of this. Ending Vegas. I'm trying to scan here. So Tonto has said he heard the rumors too, but the What If series is a definite. Chris Bigger says he got She-Hulk #1. Monty Vista says still has his She-Hulk #1 from when he was a kid. Very good. Go ahead and Spec says Cody Jones. Gorilla Grodd says he's getting one this week. Whitewell says it's not going to heat up like ASM. Oh my goodness. I was reading that, Whitewell, as if it were a serious comment. I should have known better. Yeah, so Comics for Blame is basically saying that Savage She-Hulk #1, which is the first appearance of She-Hulk, is actually relatively inexpensive. I would probably agree with that. And he says, so why not go ahead and pick it up? Hialeah Bro says, good book to have regardless of what happens to it or not. Donald says, I love She-Hulk in the 1980s. Marvel is talking about a new show. He looked it up on his computer. If true, Mark Spector has a contrarian point of view. He says same comment. He says he wouldn't wait for the official news to pick up the book. Randy Rattlesnake says the Gibbon is still strong. And Jessica Gibbon, well done, Jeremiah. So who the heck knows if this stuff is true? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I picked up a copy last night. I have one copy already. I saw the news. I went ahead and picked up a second copy just as a backup, just in case. So I am hedging my bet, but to the points that some have made, this is not a really expensive book. It's not a bad book to have, which is why I had the first one to begin with. And so now I have a second just in case something magical happens. If not, I still have a cool book for the collection. So for those that don't know, however, She-Hulk was actually created by Stan Lee and John Buscema back in 1980. She made her first appearance in Savage She-Hulk #1, and I think in 1980 exactly. So who knows whether these things are true. My hope, regardless of what happens with the book, I think it could be cool to see She-Hulk actually in a TV show. And there's been rumors about this for a long time. There was like the A-Force, which is like the all-female superhero team that people were discussing for a while. And some are speculating that that TV show was actually killed because there was the plan for Marvel, for the MCU itself, to basically have this TV show on the streaming service. So they actually killed that project. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with this, but to some degree or another, if it does happen, I think that it could be really cool, right? And part of the reason for this is that to some degree or another, the blueprint is there. And I say that because Daredevil, Netflix's Daredevil, was kind of sort of the same thing. You had someone who played superhero at night and had a day job during the day, right? So Daredevil was an attorney. Jennifer Walters is an attorney who can play hero at night or even during the day. But we'll see. But I think if you look at what happened with Daredevil, you look at what happened with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and how that TV show went, and I really, really like both of those shows. You could have a little bit of a blend of the two. You could see the corporate legal side of things at certain points, and then you can also see the superhero portion, kind of what they did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, what's cool about this is that She-Hulk isn't a vigilante, true, but she was a member of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, and she was also part of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so there is lots of ways that this TV show, if done right, could have some pretty cool continuity with the current TV shows, but also with the MCU as well, given her ties back to like the Avengers and the FF, et cetera, et cetera. So who knows what could happen with this? I mean, there's ties again with the Defenders, which was a TV show, but has now been canceled. So again, it could be exciting to see what happens. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on the books to kind of see what happens with Savage She-Hulk, because we could see it kind of pop up. And Jacob Morgan says she was also an attorney. Correct. She was also an attorney. Nathan McCall says female characters are all going to be huge, or at least somewhat. Yeah, I would agree that it's probably going to happen. The question will be when and how, because there was all the rumors about the all-female TV show that was going to happen. I think it was A-Force or something like that. And it seems like they shelved that idea. So, but this could be the start of what they rumored so long ago. Yeah, Chris Barrett is saying, so Ant-Man was a member of S.H.I.E.L.D., Avengers, and the FF. There you go. Let me scroll through this thing. They just need to bring back Daredevil with the new Disney streaming platform. Yeah, I mean, bro, that would be cool. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I really like the Punisher and the Daredevil TV show. They were incredible, but there are some contractual obligations that may make that very difficult. All of those, there's a couple of things. So all of those actors who played those characters on the Netflix TV show had contracts where they are exclusive to Netflix for basically 2 years after. So they actually cannot, I believe, cannot play those same characters for 2 years after, unless somebody, you know, buys out the contract or pays a lot of money or something like that. But what's interesting is I've heard rumor, because the contracts are one thing, but then I heard rumor that they are actually selling the props from the Netflix TV shows. They're actually selling like the costumes and all the accoutrement off from the show. So that could be just a sign that there is not going to be this shift from the Netflix over to something else. So I don't know. We could see. Chris Barrett says, I want to see the Brady Bunch style Avengers movie. Emerald Knight, I have not heard anything about a Power Pack movie. Haven't heard anything about that one. Yeah, they absolutely can make new prompts, but again, it's just another step in the wrong direction is kind of what I'm saying. So you have the contract obligations, you have the fact that some of these actors are going on to make other movies, like the guy that played Luke Cage has a movie coming out. They're selling the prompts. It's just again, it's a step in the wrong direction, right? And if they weren't doing some of those things, then I would say yes, it's possible. But every step in the wrong direction just reverses any kind of rumor in my mind. So again, anything is possible. Who knows? Wolf Mode says, did I see the new Joker trailer? I did. I don't like that actor. I don't like that actor at all. So I struggle with that one just a little bit because I'm not a fan of that particular actor. So I don't know. I don't really have a good opinion of the Joker movie because I don't care for the actor. And when I see him, I just don't care for him, and I don't care for anything that he's in. But that's me. I know I've heard more people say that they like and are excited about the movie than the contrary. So maybe I'm kind of out there in that one. So hopefully the movie is good. At the end of the day, I want all comic book movies, TV shows, whether I like them or not, to be successful. And so to me, that's what matters more than anything else, whether I personally like them. If the public, if the comic book community likes them, I can get on board with that. And James says he can wait 2 years for the Punisher to restart, because yes, brother, it was good. Well, my hope is this. My hope is that if you can have Ruffalo come over, yes, he's coming over to the streaming service, but he's going from a movie to a TV show. My thing is, many of those characters that portray the heroes in the Netflix TV shows were really, really good. Really good. Buy out the contract, get him in a movie. Or buy out the contract and restart the TV shows, because the TV shows, the writing, the acting, the characters, it was all really well done by and large, right? I'm speaking in very broad terms. But those characters, the guy that played Daredevil and the guy that played Punisher, even Jessica Jones, I mean, were incredible. Were incredible. So we shall see. Heroes for Hire, Loop might use them in a Netflix sooner. Yeah, we'll see, Tony. Okay, cool. All right. So hope Disney doesn't tame them down too much. Yeah, I don't know if Disney is going to do that, right? Disney has already confirmed. I do believe, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, that they've already basically said that Deadpool will be a rated R movie, right? So that was one of the bigger, more risky things that people were kind of waiting to see how it was going to play out. And I guess they've already said that they are going to allow Daredevil to be not Daredevil, sorry, Deadpool to be an R-rated movie, and so that could be a very good sign. That could be a very good sign. So we'll see. The difference is easy. Heath Ledger portrayed the Joker best, but Jack Nicholson is the Joker. Hmm. Johnny Future is in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. All right, so that is the news. Is that there is rumor that there could be a She-Hulk TV show that actually happens on the Disney streaming service. At this point, it is all unsubstantiated rumor that is coming from, I don't know how reputable these sites are. We got this covered, Cosmic Book News, and then Reddit. So take it for a grain of salt. If it happens, it could be awesome if done really well, or nothing could happen at all. So who knows which way this thing is going to be going. But like I said, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes open for what way the wind is going to blow on the TV show and also on the Savage She-Hulk #1, because I have a feeling as more and more people start to find out about this, we could see some interesting thing happen with the prices of that book. Reddit only has the truth on it, says Chris. Chaotic Kindness, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. All right, so with the news out of the way, let's talk about the upcoming videos this week. So I'm only doing one live stream this week. I was thinking about doing two, but I think that I'm only going to do one this week, and it'll well, let me restate that. I'm only going to do one live stream with a guest. I may do one additional live stream. We'll see whether I can pull my stuff together to do a second one. But the live stream is actually going to happen this coming Thursday. It's going to happen at 7:30. And this live stream is one that I've been thinking about for quite some time. And what's interesting is actually one that someone else actually suggested that I do. So when the dots start to connect, that's when I kind of take action. So I've actually invited Juan to my show. Juan is my local LCS owner, and well, one of them. And he's been in business running a comic shop for the last 7 years. And every time I go to his comic shop, Juan and I have some fantastic conversations about everything, about Marvel movies, TV shows, toys, games, the state of the comic book market, you name it. Juan and I sit there and debate it. And I really have a fantastic time talking with him in person. And so I've invited him on the show. And he's going to come on here, and we're actually going to talk about whether the comic book market is headed towards a crash. And this is a topic that I have created, I don't know, maybe a half dozen videos on. It is a topic that is constantly being debated and discussed because no one really has the answer, right? Everyone looks at, some bits and pieces of it and has an opinion of yes or no or maybe or somewhere on that spectrum. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually invite a comic shop owner on the show to have the conversation from his perspective as a comic shop owner, and in my opinion, as one of the more successful comic shop owners, because he has diversified his shop. He is not just a pure comic shop. He has toys. He has Funko Pops. He has all the stuff, including comics and back issues and new comics. So he's going to be coming on the show, and I think that it's going to be a really good conversation. So if you haven't watched my tour video, there is a tour video on the site where I actually take you guys through one of the local comic shops, and his shop is Comics and Figure Addicts. If you look on the page, there was a video where I actually show you inside of his store. You can go check that out. And I know a lot of people watching, a lot of people were like, this shop is incredible. There was some footage in the second video where I'm actually going through some of his slabs in his shop. This is a successful shop. He is a knowledgeable guy, and we are going to have a really good conversation on whether the comic book market could potentially crash, and probably some other stuff. We're going to have it'll probably be a meandering conversation. Comic Book Collection says CFA is a great shop. Cody says, my shop does comics, games, collectibles, trading cards. Variants are horrible is one of the comments here. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Logan, Chris, well, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, man. I think now that we have the movies and the internet, I doubt they'll crash. And well, again, there are a lot of people that believe that even in spite of the movies that we are headed towards a crash, many say that yes, the MCU movies have basically propped up the comic book market. But there is superhero fatigue, right? I've had even some comic shop owners say there is superhero fatigue, that we've had 10 years of very, very successful movies, and the public is fatigued of comic movies, and comic movies are going to flop. And once the movies flop, because that has been bolstering the comic market, the comic market itself is going to flop. And so Chris Barrett says it won't crash, but a major correction. Again, you could be right, brother. And we've discussed this, and I probably agree with you, but I would say as many people say that there could be a correction, there are as many people that say it will crash. You know, and it's just one of those things that we can continue to debate and debate and debate. And at some point you try to infuse into the conversation some instead of anecdotal data, some actual data. And so we can sit here and debate it. I've never owned a comic shop before in my life, and probably never will. But Juan has actually run one successfully for 7 years, and he's seen comic shops go out of business. He talks to shops, he talks to Marvel and Diamond and all these other people. He talks to other, shop owners. He's going to be able to bring a level of expertise to the conversation that I don't have, and I think it could be a really, really good conversation. King of Golden State says it won't crash. I, sir, agree with you, but we shall see. Adam says he hopes it does because he can get some books cheap, brother. James says publishers need to drop prices. Books are getting too expensive. Chris Barrett says it's going to be like Bitcoin, brother. I got out of Bitcoin when it was $11,000 a coin. I bought a lot of it and rode it right to the top and jumped out. And I think last time I checked, it is back to $4,000. So Comic for Blame says crash, maybe, die, never. What's crazy is I actually had someone comment on my page that they feel like physical comics are going to go away. They said that physical comics will be replaced completely by digital, and that the comic book market itself is being eroded by sites that basically pirate comics. As many people that say that comics in the comics market is fine, that there will be a correction, but it'll be fine, there are as many people that are out there that are saying it's going to crash, because I personally disagree with the notion that comics will go completely digital. And I say that because of the collectible nature of comics. Comics are collectible. People want to touch comics. That's what makes them a collectible. It's a piece of history. And I don't know if all comics everywhere will suddenly go away and suddenly go digital, because then it won't be a collectible at that point. It'll be a digital file. And I don't know of any digital files that are collectible, but I could be wrong. So again, Wayne McDonald says he doesn't think it will go fully digital. Yeah, I mean, last time I checked, I think digital accounted for roughly like 2% of the comic book market. But it's also one of those things that is really hard, I think, to measure, because there is no point of distribution for digital comics. You have multiple distributors, but no single point, kind of like what you have at Diamond with physical distribution, right? You get distribution data from Diamond. You kind of know what's happening with the market. With this other thing, you have the pirating stuff. You have what Marvel does, what Comixology does, et cetera, et cetera. You have these other solutions out there, and I don't know how much they report back, but based upon the data, it's about 2%, which is really, really small. And let's be honest, he says digital loot crates, and let's be honest, Marvel made $40 million last year, and I think DC made, I don't know, 30 some odd million, closer to 30 and a half million. That's not exactly chump change, digital CGC slab. It's like a stock. You never actually touch it. It just exists out there where you have like the wallpaper. You can just go and look at it, but you never actually physically touch it. That is the way that comics are going to go. No one's going to need a comic book room anymore, because You won't need anything to be stored. You just have a hard drive. Everything is on your hard drive for your collectibles, and you just exchange comics by tapping your phone against somebody else's phone. So there you go. All right, so I really do think that that's going to be a really cool show. Again, based upon all the comments that you guys are making in here now, I'm hoping that you guys will tune in for that live show that is going down this Thursday, 7:30 Pacific, because I'm going to be sitting down talking to Juan from Comics and Figure Addicts. It's going to be a really good show, I do believe. And then in addition to that live stream, I'm going to have a couple of hunting videos. I went to a Comic-Con the other day, and yesterday I realized that I never did the video. Like, I shot footage and I never edited the video. So I had to edit the video last night. I want to get that one out to you guys. I remember I actually talked about it last week. I went to the Berkeley Comic-Con. I actually talked about it on last week's show. I never did the video. So now I've actually edited the video. The video will be going out this week. So I'm going to have a couple of hunting videos, the Berkeley Comic-Con thing. And then I'm also going to, I'm going to talk about a little bit of a morbid topic. What happens to your comic book collection when you die? Yeah, by request of a subscriber. What happens to your comic book collection when you die? It's a little bit of a morbid conversation, but I think it's actually a good topic to consider. And you guys know I'm all about consideration, things to throw out for you to think about, right? So I'm actually going to cover that topic at some point this week. So I'm going to be curious what you guys think about that. Have you made plans for your comic book collection, for your toys, for your collectibles? Is there a plan? Is there a will? Is there a trust? Are you going to sell it off? Comics for Blame says, bury me with it. Cameron D says, it's coming with me. Johnny Future says, it's a very serious question. It is. I'm telling you, I was sitting with my wife the other day at the table, and we were doing our wills and trust, and we were having a conversation about DNRs and all this other stuff. It is morbid, but it's a necessary thing. It is necessary. So again, Iron Madden says they get buried or burned with me. So again, stay tuned for that video because I want to know what you guys think about it. And again, for those that don't know, on my community tab, I oftentimes post up things and kind of ask for input. And what happened was I did a post maybe a week and a half ago. Hey, I'm looking for topics for the channel. Give me some ideas. I think there were 42 comments that people posted up. A handful of them have already been converted into videos that you guys will be seeing relatively soon. Others are going to be incorporated into other videos, and then others will at some point be turned into videos. So again, stay tuned to that community tab because I post a lot of stuff there for input, for consideration, for your thoughts. And it's just one way for you guys to kind of interact with me. In addition to all the emails that I get in the direct messages, which I absolutely love, is just one other way for us to kind of mix it up. So keep your eyes open for that community tab. And to the point of that community tab, I actually posted up something. I am actually getting at the Berkeley Comic-Con. I met a college student who interrupted me while I was looking through a box. And he basically said, I'm here at this show because I saw your video. I did a video on the Berkeley Comic-Con before. And so he and I had a wonderful conversation. He followed me on Instagram. And then I realized that this dude is actually an artist. So then we had a whole nother conversation, and I now have him working on a commission for me. It is a 14x17 commission. And the idea for who was in the commission actually came from some Patreons and also from some subscribers, because I put a post up saying, hey, what should I do? A couple of people commented. I kind of cobbled some stuff together. And what I posted to the community tab on YouTube are 3 sketches that the guy knocked out in about 15 minutes. So I was at the house, headed to the gym. I said, hey, how about this, this, and this? I threw a couple of things at him, drove to the gym. By the time I sat down on the first machine, he had sent me 3 sketches. What do you think? And I'm like, dude, had I been the artist, I would still be working now a week later on this project. The guy works incredibly fast. He has a Kirby-esque style. So if you get a chance, check out the community tab and let me know what your thoughts are. Chris Bigger says CGC will grade him when he dies. You're going to be an NG, sir. No grade. You're going to be an NG. I'm just putting it out there right now. That's what it's going to be. Okay. All right. slab, Chris. All right, so if you guys get a chance, check out that commission, three commission sketches that I put up on the community tab. Remember, this guy is a young guy. He's a student. He did a couple of quick sketches for me to get an idea of the composition for the ultimate piece that he is now working on. So please be nice when you post up your comments, because he will read them, and he is a young guy and he is also an artist. So we definitely want to support young talent, which is why I'm doing the commission. All right. All right, so this week, because of our relationship with GoCollect, they have put us in a position where we were able to pick up a book that they paid for. Here is the book that we are going to be giving away tonight. This is Venom #1. This is a 9.8 white pages signature series book that is signed by Mr. Donnie Cates. This is a really, really nice variant cover. It is Venom 166. This is the virgin cover. Just a really, really nice cover, convention exclusive. This is what we are going to be giving away this week. And so I think that there were about 150 or so some odd names that entered into this week's giveaway. For those that don't know, what you have to do is you have to watch the videos that come out over the course of the week, find the video that gives direction on how to participate in the contest, and just follow those directions. This week's video was the preview for Trivia Night. All you had to do was watch the preview for Trivia Night and comment what Stan Lee's real name was. That's it. There were a lot of people that watched it, a lot of people that entered. And I think, again, there were about 150 some odd names of people that entered the contest. So again, thanks to all those people that watched that video and also got in the running for this giveaway. So I'm actually going to turn my screen around so that you guys can actually see me as I roll the dice. And then we will give away this really cool book. So let me pop this over so that you guys can see this. So we are going to roll the dice here. And we have 8. So we are going to randomize the list 8 times. I'm actually going to make it so that you guys can actually see this a little bit better. So here is the list of names starting at the bottom. So this list was posted up, I want to say about 8:30 or so on the community tab, so that everyone could see the list of names that were in the running. Again, I think there were about 150 or so names. So these are all the people that are in the running for this week's GoCollect giveaway. So we're going to randomize this thing 8 times, and we are going to see who the winner of this slab will be. Here is once. Here is twice. 3 times. 4, 5, 6, 7. And the winner of this awesome slab is Jason Carter. So Jason Carter, you are indeed the winner of this week's GoCollect giveaway. I want to make sure that you guys can see the list of names there. All right. So I had a couple of people say that I flashed the list off too fast. So I wanted to give you guys a couple of extra seconds to be able to see that. So Jason Carter, you are the winner of this week's GoCollect giveaway. And what you have to do, Jason, is to send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, giving me your screen name, your real name, or your government name, if you prefer, your mailing address, and also your shirt size. And what I will be sending out to you, if I get your email tonight, I will be sending out to you this signature series, Donnie Cates 9.8 white pages slab. I will also be sending you this exclusive variant from GoCollect. I think this is, there are only 500 of these that were printed. And here is one of the copies that is going to be sent out to you. And then the very last thing is you will get a GoCollect t-shirt, which is why I need to know your size. I only have larges and extra larges on hand. If you pick one of those, again, I will get this thing sent out to you. So congratulations, Jason. And just so you guys know, there was the Detective Comics 880 that was unclaimed. The winner of that contest actually claimed it earlier this week, so I got that mailed off to him. So I know that the second place winner was excited and hopeful that they were going to get it. But again, it was claimed by the actual winner, so we sent that out. So Jason will have roughly, ideally, he'll get me his name and all that stuff in the next week or so, and we'll actually claim his prize so that we can get this awesome stuff sent out to him. And again, this is all sponsored by GoCollect, so I definitely want to thank them for putting us in a position to be able to get these books to actually give away to you guys. So with that said, I want to actually show you the book that is going to be given away this coming week. Again, sponsored by GoCollect. Here is Venom number 3. If you remember from last week's show, I gave you guys the option of which book you wanted. And I think it was Tina that picked the Venom that we just gave away. This was the other Venom that was, I think, in my left hand. So this is the book that's actually going to be given away this coming week. This is Venom number 3, 9.8 white pages. This is valued at $75 FMV according to GoCollect. And what I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to throw in a mystery book. There is a mystery book, a raw mystery book that I'm actually going to throw into the package for next week's winner. And I'm actually looking at the book right now. It is a pretty nice book, probably a 9.8 candidate. It's a nice book. So if you are indeed the winner for next week, you are going to get a really awesome slab, a t-shirt, an exclusive variant from GoCollect, and then you'll also get another bonus prize. So all you have to do to enter the contest is stay tuned to the videos that actually come out Monday through Friday, typically at 3:30. Watch those videos, follow the direction in the video where I say you could be the winner of this book. Follow the very simple directions and you will automatically be entered into the contest, which runs from the moment that you see that video up until Sunday morning. And I think next week is like the 21st or something like that. Runs through Sunday morning. That's when the contest closes. And then we will find out who the winner is as part of the Ready, Set, Go preview show, which happens at 7:30 Pacific time. So definitely keep your eyes open for that video that will be coming out. So let me see here. I think Jason was actually in the room. Did I see Jason? Jay Simpson says he loves a good mystery. Well, this is definitely a good mystery. It could be. It could be ASM 110. It could be. It could be She-Hulk number 1. I don't know if I'm going to tell you. I know what the book is, but don't know if I'm going to. But if you guys know, I oftentimes operate in themes, so maybe it'll be a complete surprise, or I've already given you a hint of what it could actually be. You never know. But I thought I saw Jason Carter. Yeah, Jason Carter is here in the room, brother. Congratulations. Make sure you send me that email to regiecollects@gmail.com, REGIE collects@gmail.com. Give me your government name, your mailing address, your shirt size, and I will get this packaged up for you. I am making a trip to the post office first thing in the morning to send some other stuff off. So I'm definitely going to get this sent out to you. Warpath says She-Hulk, Last Stanley. You never know, brother. You never know. That 880. Oh, P. Patrick is here. The 2 weeks ago's winner is here. He says he got the 880 and it was beautiful. Did you post up that picture, P. Patrick? Maybe it was last week's winner that posted up the thing. But I'm glad that the book arrived safely. I try to bundle these things up and I always send them priority mail. So they arrive pretty quickly, but I'm glad to know that everything arrived safely. So there you go. All right. So with that, guys, I'm going to get myself out of here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope that you found this video helpful. Again, we have some really cool stuff that's going to be coming out this week. And again, stay tuned for the giveaway for this awesome Venom number 3 book. If you guys need to reach me, definitely reach out to me at regiecollects@gmail.com and Regie Collects on Instagram. I am always around for you guys. And again, I want to thank you for hanging out with me just a little bit because I definitely enjoyed myself. And if you are not yet a subscriber of this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and you definitely want to turn on notifications as well. All right. With that, I am out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night.